it's Bailey from Making Up the Midwest, and in this video I'm going to be doing a tutorial showing you how to get Sandra Bullock's red carpet look. I thought it was from People's Choice Awards, but I'm not sure it is now, so regardless, I'll put a link to the blog post this will be in with a picture for reference so you can see which look I'm trying to recreate if you care to know. Otherwise, I think this is a really fun look for spring with the bright pink lip, and it just makes me want warm weather stat. So if you'd like to see how I get this subtle eye with the bold lip and the dewy skin look, please continue watching. To start, I'm priming my eyes. I'm using MAC's Painterly Paint Pot, but you know the drill. Any flesh tone primer will do the trick. Using my ring finger to put that in and then swipe that all over my lid, up to beneath my brow, my eyebrow, as well as underneath my lower lash line. For this look, I'm using Stila's In the Light palette, which, if you don't know, is really just, it's a very naked-esque neutral palette in that it has super light shimmery champagnes going all the way to deep dark neutrals, blacks, browns, has a little bit of gray in there. If you're still looking for that perfect naked palette, it's a great option because the shadow quality is awesome. So I'm starting off with the shade Bubbly here with a Bdellium 775, and I'm putting that in my inner corner as well as beneath the inner corner under my lower lash line. In the picture I have of Sandra, all you can really see is this super shimmery portion of her shadow. So kind of winging it when it comes to definition in the crease area, but this is pretty much a sure thing. Then to give it an extra bright kick, I'm going into Kitten with a small tiny detailer brush and placing that on my inner corner and really just keeping it there because the rest is pretty gold toned and this better inner corner is a really bright shimmery kind of shade. The other thing that's pretty evident in this look is this bronze shade she has kind of rimming her lower lash line, and so for that I'm going in with this shade Sunset, which looks kind of dark but will definitely lighten up and sheer out once it's on. Taking that same detailer brush and I'm running that along my lower lash line and making sure not to place it too heavily on the inner corner. Then for the crease, I'm going in with the tapered crease brush. This is something by Bare Essentials, and going into this matte shade Bliss, laying that down pretty lightly in my crease. Like I said, there's not a whole lot that I can tell from the picture I'm using to see what is going on there, so I'm just going to lay down a Best Friend blending color. This is like a light taupe shade, and then I'll kind of blend something a little deeper into that and just consider it good to go. And to deepen that up just a little bit, I'm going in with kind of a smaller domed brush, small tapered brush, into that same Sunset coppery shade and placing that slightly, very lightly on the outer corner just to make things continuous between the lower lash line and the upper lid. And the way I like to build color in my outer corner is to start out here and blend in towards the center. That way you get maximum intensity on the outer corner and then it just blends into nothingness, which I will then go in with a blending brush just to really make sure it's seamless, but it helps, I find. Then, like I said, going back in with that tapered brush that I was using and just blend it all up in the crease and all up in the center of the eyeball, making continuous. That I'm going in with Revlon's Grow Luscious. This is in the shade, it's brown basically, in Espresso conveniently, but I'm just going to run that along my smudge it along my upper lash line really messily because I'm going to go in with a detailer brush later and blend it out. But she definitely has some definition and she's wearing lashes, so you need a little something extra on the lash line to camouflage them. So this is what I'm doing, just smudging this along the upper lash line and then going in with that detailer brush and smudging it out. Alright, so Sandra has really natural lashes in this look. In fact, it looks like they're demis and stop halfway at the eye. They come out from the outside and stop halfway in. So I'm going to cut these e.l.f. natural lashes, which are $1 and a steal, cut them in half so they do exactly that. I love to use Kiss Everpro Lash Glue because it has this kind of wand applicator here. Hope that's in focus. Bottom line is it's super easy. I find it hard to get too much lash glue, which makes drying time a breeze, and then also you just don't get too much so it doesn't become gloppy and nasty. So I'm just gonna wait for these to dry and then apply those. Alright, so this is where I would typically recommend curling your lashes to help blend both your natural and the false lashes together better, but I cannot find my lash curlers. Not a clue where they went. So I'm going to skip that step, but you should definitely do that if you're attempting this. And I'm going to go straight to mascara. And this is Mally's volumizing mascara. No rhyme or reason as to why I chose this. I went for, I guess I consider this a less natural mascara. And so while she doesn't have extravagantly, huge lashes, she definitely has a little bit of extra oomph going on where she doesn't have falsies. So I'm just using that to kind of beef up my natural lashes as well as blend them in with the false lashes I'm using. Alright, so let's take the hair back a little bit. For the foundation, she has a flawless, radiant complexion, so to emulate that, I'm using Maybelline's Instant Age Rewind Radiant Firming Makeup, which I've really been enjoying lately. The kind of flawless finish it gives without feeling like it's too heavy, too full coverage, but it is really full coverage, so I've been liking it for that. And I'm going to blend that in with, where is it, a Real Techniques buffing brush, as always. So her hair is parted down the center and laying kind of right beside her face, and so I'm not quite sure what she has going on in a contouring department, but the blush is readily apparent, so I'm going to kind of make up that she has contour just a really super light, because it is the red carpet, you're getting pictures taken, you assume they have a little bit of something going on. So for that, I'm using Real Techniques contour brush and my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil matte bronzer, which I just love to death. And oh, not hit yourself, but smell it because it's divine. So putting that in there just to get a really nice, this is in milk chocolate, so it's the lighter of the two. Placing that at the back and working that in towards the front of my face. Because like I said, you can see the front pretty well and it's not too apparent that she has contour, so just focus it towards the back and really blend it out towards the front. It also looks like she has some color added to the side of her face, either to slim it out or just give it a little more dimension, so she's not completely flat. So I'm bringing that up and then along kind of the sides of my forehead, up into the hairline, down in the temples, so it looks and blends in a little more flawlessly, rather than looking like you have strategically placed contour, and then down the jaw and a little bit down the neck, with just what's left. I'm not putting any extra on my brush. So you have that. Now it is time for the blush, and she has kind of a berry tone blush to match her lips, that's what those are called. So I'm using IT Cosmetics Vitality Cheek Flush in Radiant Rose, and I have a glitter thing stuck to the back, which is actually kind of more of a berry shade when it's in the pan. So I'm going to apply that using my favorite blush brush, actually also by IT Cosmetics. This is just an angled kind of do, and I'm going to tap that off and apply that right underneath, not quite like doll face apples, but just slightly behind, patting it on and blending it back, and it goes on really pigmented. I mean, it's just an amazing blush. So in addition to the lips, this look is really all about kind of a glowing, radiant complexion. So I am going, and this Age Rewind foundation is kind of a matte, gives a more matte finish, and so to kind of inject that glowy dewiness that she has, I'm going to use this Josie Maran Argan Oil Illuminator, which is brilliant, literally. Put that on the back of my hand and then take this Bdellium, what is it? It's a 787, which I used to love for concealer, but now, or just in general, it is also good to use to selectively highlight certain parts of your face precisely. So I'm going to take it up here on the cheekbones, and then she even looks like she has it on the apples of her cheeks because she's smiling and she has that kind of glow on her apples. So I'm going to take it there, down the bridge of my nose, the Cupid's bow. Now for concealer. This, I'm just going in with my usual Time Balm by the Balm, using my finger and lightly patting that underneath just to cover up any discoloration I have, things of that nature. Alright, so once you have the eyes done, the face perfected, your radiance reinstilled in your complexion, it's time for one of the focal points of this look, which is the lips, and they are bright. So for that, I'm using this NYX lip liner pencil in Bloom, which is kind of a berryish pink. You know, it's pink. So I'm going to use that to line and fill the lip. So the shade she has going on is a little less intense and bold than this, so I'm going to lighten this up a little bit with a gloss. It's also a little bit more shimmery than the finish that this has, so I'm going to lighten it up with this Revlon Colorburst lip gloss in Hot Pink, which is much better. And that's how you get the full look. Like I said before, she had her hair parted down the middle, some volume at the roots with some loose curls down below, and then you're good to go with this Sandra Bullock makeup look. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this look. I loved this going down the red carpet, so I knew I had to recreate it. Plus the fun, springy pink lip just made me think, even if you don't use it for some special event, this is perfect for upcoming spring looks you might want to do. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!